Hey Future Pros! The Deagle is one of the most powerful pistols in CSGO. Mastering this hand cannon can win you eco after eco. The Deagle kills with one shot to the head, but when used at extreme ranges, this is not the case. The best time to shoot is just after your view model resets. Moving and shooting with this weapon won't get you very far. It also takes a while for the pistol to regain accuracy after falling, so make sure you wait a bit before firing. Don't spam the thing too. Be sure to make slow, singular, controlled shots for maximum accuracy. And now let Nico take it away.
Dogs, definitely dogs. Like cats is useless.
Dogs. Dogs. Both?
Dogs.
Dogs. I have been more into dogs, but lately I have none.
That's a tough one. I think dog, but I wouldn't mind having both.
Dogs.
Both. Cats, for sure.
Nothing. No more. I prefer myself.
I've had cats my whole life, but I want a dog. So, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Dogs, easily.
Dogs, all the way.
Both.
Cats.
Dogs.
Cats. I like both, but I like dogs more.
Cats, for me.
Dogs.
Dogs. 100% dogs over cats.
Dogs, definitely.
Dogs.
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 Dogs, 100% of the way. Cats.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally ready to get back on the horse, and that is the Counter-Strike horse, the war horse indeed, as it's FaZe Fnatic, our semi-final for the ESL Pro League Finals. Things are all Gucci, I think, and so I'm joined by Pimp and Spunt. I think we're just going to quickly rehash the discussions we were having before we jumped into this one, albeit briefly. So just to remind everyone, we did have Mirage, it was Fnatic's map pick. A lot of our analysts in the community feeling like they've maybe put a bit of a misstep by taking the maps into FaZe's strong suits. Not only Mirage is one of their best, but also we now venture into Overpas, Jacob, and the story doesn't get much better for Fnatic.
I mean, if you check, or if you pick the 3 best maps of the best team in the world and go up against them on big stage like it is right now, then you set yourself for good, you know. It's going to be tough for Fnatic, you know. They should have won that Mirage if they wanted any chance of making this to a 3rd map. I think Overpass is of any of the maps they could have gone up against FaZe, this is probably the worst.
So, I mean, if you think about it, Chad, Mirage, had they won it, we then would have got to Inferno at the very worst. And that's a map we've already seen them beat FaZe on. So, I mean, FaZe, their win condition for the series was that Mirage game.
Yeah, and other than the first, I guess, 5 rounds of the first half of Mirage, they weren't particularly competitive, right? They picked up the double orbs in the second half of Mirage to pick away that heads-up Counter-Strike that the guys from FaZe were using. But yeah, coming into this one, I can't really see too much hope, and that's very disappointing.
It certainly is, and it does sound like the players are going to be getting ready in just a moment's time. Some of the points that we did make was not only why, we explained why FaZe was so scary on both sides of the map, but in particular we talked about the defensive positioning and how there's no real good site to hit. There is no real chink in the armor of this defense.
The brick wall, I guess.
That's
Alex,
a nice way to put it.
Guardian and Rain over towards A, Olaf and Nico over towards B, Carrigan being able to make gamble stacks, support his teammates however he needs to, and be in limbo and make those fantastic decisions that in-game leaders tend to do. It's very difficult to contend with, and something which Fnatic are going to have the puzzle solved if they want to have any chance.
And Jacob, you were actually telling that it isn't always just about that aggression. They're capable of having more than just one, and they're not a one-trick pony on this map.
I mean, we talked about all these players, and especially on the CT side, you know, Guardian is one of the key parts of this FaZe lineup because he's able to hold A all by himself with that AWP.
Yes.
He's so good on playing defensively on A side, you know, just standing behind the yellow boxes on the middle of the side and just defend A long, defend the toilet area, defend the A short area, and he's just so versatile with it. And then you have we have Rain, who's probably the best toilet player in the entire world. And as I said before, if you really wanted to build a dream team only to play Overpas, you pick some of these players to do it.
Yeah, all 5 of them, dream team for Overpass. Fnatic, though, go up against them, and if they want to continue to grow, want to continue into that grand final, they have to surprise here. Let's get into your casters. It's Vince and Jason Moses O'Toole to guide you through.
Yes, map 2 about to begin. Fnatic up, or excuse me, FaZe up 1-0. It's been a little bit since that little break happened, but Mirage is far behind us. We're going to get started on Overpass now. This is FaZe's pick, and you know, the Death Summit was quite some time ago. This is a map that's kind of funny, because for FaZe, this was like the first one where people just said, where do you go against this team? One map is Nico and Olaf, the other one, Rain and Guardian, so it's pick your poison here.
Oh, absolutely. Wherever you go, the chances are you're probably going to get wrecked. But, I mean, I do wonder as well, Jason, if that lengthy pause has maybe taken FaZe out their element a little bit, because they were astonishingly strong on Mirage. It was 16-7. It was a ridiculous second half. I think Fnatic only picked up 1 CT round. Will they go off the boil, do you think, or is it just going to be business as usual?
I don't think it would be too bad for them. Obviously, yeah, you don't like those extended breaks, but if it's going to affect one team, it can easily affect both teams as well, so it'll just be interesting to see if either one of them comes in maybe looking a bit cold. And I mean, this is also an elimination game for Fnatic, a chance for FaZe to be the first team that we welcome into the ESL Pro League Grand Finals, which would be very cool. Obviously, Fnatic, I think this core of this roster has won, I think, 3 ESL Pro League finals. So FaZe looking to get their first on the board, and also obviously the IEM Grand Slam is a big thing, to big feather in the cap. FaZe would get up towards 2 if they're able to win these Grand Finals.
Yeah, and obviously we've got the second semi-finals coming up later where SK will face Misfits, and I don't think it's unfair to say that SK are the resounding favourites in that game, so we could be potentially on for a FaZe SK final that I know a lot of people will be excited for.
Yes, that would be phenomenal. A best of 5 as well, so I mean that can only lead to fun things, can't it, to see those two teams go head to head. Either way, technical difficulties done with. Finally getting live into the pistol round. Denmark, are you still here? That's what I like to hear. Smoke flash on Kerrigan, all armor on his teammates. Fnatic armored up as well, just golden with the smoke and a kit. And we're gonna get underway quickly, both teams being aggressive, being fast-paced. JW still looking, but he could get caught off guard by the speed of it. Now he's gotta fall away, that's a lot of ground to cover, and Crim's out in the open. It seemed like they wanted to have 3-pronged aggression, and it just was mistimed.
Meanwhile, Nico's forced his way through on B all by himself, and he's gonna claim golden. So picks on 2 very separate parts of the map is going to keep Fnatic centralized. And Flusher is going to try some aggression to see if he can bounce back in through connector, but great start for FaZe again.
Oh, Lekro just turns that corner. He jumps down quick and he turns the corner on Nico, gets a 1-tap. That's quite nice. That gives him a chance because Flusher's coming down the stairs. He controls the middle of the map. Guardian's watching for this, but what a big battle it can be. And Lekro, it's perfect range. He's clawed them back into a 3-on-3, and Flusher adds 1 more. Kerrigan throwing a smoke, could get overwhelmed. He's frozen solid. Olaf is essentially all on his own for the moment, but that's the bomb on Catwalk, and Lekro adds another. Olaf in a 1-on-3, spins around, gets 2. It's Flusher out in the open, and they can't connect. Flusher's gonna chase him down. Olafmeister reloading. Now he's got the advantage. And he's got time. He can book it over to the A bomb site, and Flusher's caught.
I have no idea how Olafmeister's still alive. 16 health and Flusher missing a whole bunch of bullets, but it is going to be FaZe now pushing their aggression back on the site. And as you say, the advantage surely now goes in favor of Olafmeister, because even though he's got less health, he's got the bomb planted and he can pick and choose where he goes next.
I love this position. I love what he's done here as well. It's all about timing. Flusher has so many places to clear out. He's aware this is a possibility, but Olaf, he's just not showing himself. So Flusher has to be honest towards Bathroom as well, unless he's just convinced, unless he knows exactly what his former teammate is doing. He can assume it based on the plant position. Olaf gonna go for the peek, but Flusher's sticking it. Flusher's gonna get it. Stone cold. Fnatic win the pistol round.
That's so brilliant as well, because he must have known that Olafmeister from their previous confrontation would have been low. And someone could have called out that they dinged him or tagged him low. So he may have thought ahead and think, okay, Olafmeister's low. He's probably not going to peek instantly. He's probably going to bide his time and hope that I fake this. If I just hold on, I've actually got a decent chance at winning.
I mean, that's just phenomenal. I mean, even for Olafmeister to get it back from a 1-on-3 to a 1-on-1, that's pretty incredible in itself. Starting out so nicely, waking everyone up from the lull in the action. JW's going aggressive. Olofmeister with the 1 AK-47. And Flush is not able to catch him on the fallback. A spam battle between the two. And Flush is being brought down. He's tagged up to 66. How aggressive does FaZe want to be? And they're going to start pushing in. Flush is running out of bullets now. Reloading. He's got JW to keep him pinned into the door. Flusha is still here. All of FaZe is frozen by this. They want this kill. Nico's going to go aggressive and not able to do anything with it. Now Rain turns the corner and he finds that. JW had to back away.
Has bought enough time though for Fnatic to get in position. 2 players just upside on mid. Now going to start to come down. It's going to be JW in first with the UMP. They're going to line up for him, but he's run out of bullets. He probably would want to stay a bit longer than that, but finally just traded out. Crims though, they're not going to expect a second player out here. FAMAS is going to come good for 1. Bomb also gets dropped down, and Olofmeister with an AK-47 can't get the clutch. Golden will dispatch of him. Fnatic to a 2-0.
Oh, FaZe was just so obsessed with every single fight taking place in that staircase. They wanted it so badly. And Fnatic eventually just grinds them down. Even though it was an investment from FaZe with the 1 AK-47, their money isn't too bad, all things considered. Guardian and Rain can have a pretty solid AK buy. Kerrigan can have an AK-47. Nico and Olofmeister would have to get relegated to UMP or pistol, but they're going to take a tactical timeout. They're going to figure out where exactly they want to go. With 3 kills, they've kept the money at Fnatic pretty low. 4 players below $1,000 on the CT side. So they have a choice to make.
And the choice has been made. They will go in on this round phase. UMP for Kerrigan, everybody else AK-47s. And Fnatic, who narrowly escaped the previous round, won't have an AWP either. So it is pretty even in terms of firepower, you'd say. Obviously, utility certainly in favor of the CTs. But there's enough for FaZe to pivot off. They've got enough smokes to make this interesting.
Oh, definitely. And a team that likes to duel, so they're going to be fine, even with just 3 AK-47s. JW's going to get aggressive once again with his UMP. I don't think FaZe at this point would be expecting him to fly up the ladder, but I'm wrong. Kerrigan's taking a peek at it. But this is still very advanced. Get some dance music going on.
Finally filtering out long, find out that it's pretty much empty. Ooh. And I think Kerrigan just caught the backside of Crims as he moved across bathrooms. That's vital information, and he's about to get peeked off 2 or 3 players. There we have it. Rain already, pixel perfect aim. And that's just all off seeing his backside through on the bathrooms.
JW is still the question mark, though. He's so far away from the action, and he hasn't chosen to push up and flank. I think now he's got to make that call if he wants to go up ladder or rotate back towards stairs. Flush is going to drop a smoke, hope that holds him off. Spam through, no damage quite yet. But they are so close to this A bomb site. Kerrigan is now pushed all the way towards the end of bathrooms. He's waiting to turn it at the site.
And that's a problem for Fnatic as well. Even though Crims died, he didn't get huge amounts of information. So for all they know, there's still players going to be funneling through on B side. But they do have info now on themselves that the CT is occupying connector. Here comes the push with 20 seconds. And Golden is going to be thankful that Flusha has his back. But both him and Flusha have now fallen down. 14 seconds, only 2 CTs remain. It is Lekro and JW. And JW is going to toss that nade in, but it's not going to save Lekro's life. And with about 5 seconds left, the bomb will get planted. And JW will be put 6 foot under. FaZe get their first round on the board.
It was close, though. JW made it very awkward with that flank finally coming in and forcing them off the default plant spot. A tense hit. FaZe had to wait out the additional smoke that was thrown down, which kind of gave up the play. Fnatic was actually able to rotate 2 players there and have a 3rd very close by. But eventually they do brute force their way in, and that's all the money on Fnatic gone. Raid's got the MAC-10. He's going to go farming. Same with Kerrigan, can get some bonus money. Utility used on the fountain stairs to make sure no aggression is going to come from it.
Yeah, preemptively deciding that Fnatic are going to have pretty much no buy-in. One of the ways to bounce back from that is to just play super aggressive, to try and stack or force your will on the opposition. It's going to be connector for JW, but he's pretty much by himself. So it's hard to see how he gets much done from this position. Maybe a kill at best. He's been flashed, and they know it. He's a dead man. Nothing he could do.
That's beautiful work. Nice flashbang as well. Crims, the smoke clears. Guardian's gonna spray him down out in the open. Bomb's still very far back, a minute left, plenty of time to go get it. But the rest of Fnatic is passive into each of the bomb sites. Only USPs, no real danger for FaZe here. Nothing they can't handle. Send the MAC-10 and the UMP up front. Get the information, get the bonus money. So FaZe should be equalizing things early on here, barring anything miraculous. And there's Golden, he's been spotted out and brought into red. Rain hasn't even looked toxic, and Lekro hasn't peeked up either. And he's the last one left now, and Rain's gonna have an easy job of him. 2-2, Vince.
I'm worrying for Fnatic because they didn't get any kills in that round. It's actually going to starve them a few more nades, a few more flashes, maybe smoke. So they're going to be coming through in this one. You have to feel pretty bare. Just 4K plus for Flusher, Golden, and JW. M4's being picked up, but you can see the result. I mean, they don't have a kit. They've only got 4 smokes, no nades on Golden.
Yeah, this is not ideal buy, obviously. Crims pushed up with the MP9. There's fast control towards the short sewers, towards Sandbag. Rain is already in water, Nico there with him. Olaf is alone here. It's all down to timing of that peek from Crims. He's not gonna get the kill. Not able to do it. Rain's been brought down low, and finally Flusha and Nico actually combined to get that kill, so some team killing coming out. And look at this delayed boost. This can do a lot. He spotted 1, he spotted 2, and they have no idea.
So desperate to find a pixel to execute off, but it's not going to be happening this time. Still trying to tap through the wooden panels. It's a bit too low. Nico's going to get a headshot on Golden, but Lekro gets a double of his own. Pushing his will, enforcing through on short side. Finally gets traded out. And Flusher now going to try and capitalize on Carrigan, but he comes out second best, and that could be the moment that costs Fnatic this round.
I'm so amazed that Olaf is so far away from Carrigan still, because JW, that kill is huge. Now, by the time Olaf actually gets here, he'll have no knowledge of where JW ran off to, so just constant aggression from Fnatic, pushing into those waters, not letting FaZe get set up. And JW at least suspecting at the moment that Olaf is coming from a flank through A, so he's actually far, far away from protecting this bomb, but again, Olaf doesn't know that, so this is all gonna eat time off the clock. 15 seconds. And he's just now picking up the bomb, and he's got to go B. Doesn't have time to go A. JW's far, far off. There's the smoke into the site. JW going to choose to remain silent. He sees the shadow, and Olaf gets away in the cover of the smoke.
Okay, so JW playing this one super passive. I thought he may try and spray after the bomb was planted through the smoke, but he allows Olafmeister to relocate, and with a Molotov and no smoke for JW, no kit, you have to favor Olafmeister to just straight up clutch this round. He's going to prime the molly, throw it in, but he gets found out by JW. And you can see from his perspective, he's like, I want to smoke, give me the smoke. I'm going to have to run through the Molotov and try and defuse this. It's going to be close.
I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if he got into the flames quick enough. Just about got it.
0.1 seconds remaining.
That's about as close as it gets. And he chose the right time to jump into the fire. Just the right time, had to take a lot of damage for it. So anything that Olaf would have been able to do would have been great, but almost a nice clutch for Olaf. 3-2 now. Fnatic has taken the lead with such a risky, or such a tough buy. They still haven't built up money again. Losing 4 players there, the buy's not going to be great, but they have some extra utility to play with, and it's aggression that they go to. Rain just waiting. Flusha, not prepared for that. The peek out, Lekro with the response. Lekro's been critical for Fnatic in many rounds at finding just a great impact kill in the middle portions to keep Fnatic in it.
It does seem like Fnatic every single round, though, are just scraping together buys. They haven't ever really had a really solid purchase. Again, utility is lacking. No AWP, an MP7. FaZe Clan way ahead in terms of firepower. Olafmeister has spotted JW. He's not going to be able to get the kill. But with over a minute left, FaZe have so many options available.
They really do. The tough part for FaZe is they have 3 players out towards long. No one is actually taking control of bathroom. So Lekro, he obviously doesn't know there's no one from FaZe to face him off quite yet. But if he gives free reign here, that's a second angle when they eventually do hit this bomb site. And Guardian's going to take him down. Well aware with that AWP wrapping around the corner. Smoke out towards long. JW is going to get into a new position. Golden's now here at this A bomb site, but it'll be a 2-on-4. They're just bleeding players as FaZe marches up to this bomb site.
Yeah, it's a 2-on-4 with a weakened weapon, and that Molotov perfectly dispatches of JW. Golden can't do anything. As soon as his partner dies, he's a dead man too. And Crims, you better believe he wants to just save. The economy is absolutely in ruins. This is FaZe's chance now to really start to establish dominance on this T-half.
And they're feeling good about their money as well. Nico and Olofmeister are starting to kind of slowly walk across the map to go searching, to go hunting. They would love to take this M4 away. But you're exactly right. It's not just the economy of Fnatic that they're missing. Is a lot of this aggression hasn't had too much success. It had some like pretty early on, but once FaZe has gotten most of the rifles in their hands, I mean, these pushes up sewers has not been doing anything. That time they just lose a player right off the bat, Flusha. They've got to be very careful, and perhaps it's because of the utility. They don't have the utility to use more coordinated aggression.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've been scraping so many buys, they may feel pressured into taking the fight to FaZe, but FaZe are one of the worst teams in the world to do that against. They are all incredibly skilled players, and you saw Rain was given half a chance and he gets the opening pick in connector, a 1-for-1 trade. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Fnatic, but on the CT side, when you're already lacking nades, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
FaZe have all the advantages at that point.
Well, we'll see it again. This M4 on Crims, it's all they've got. And it's double save territory, so they're fully invested. This is a forced buy. Pistol and armor coming out, still light on nades, obviously. And they're hoping that Crims can create some magic for him.
He has been here a couple times before, though, with the MP9. So is this going to be telegraphed? The FaZe is going to realize what's coming up against them. They're already looking into each and every corner, just making sure no CTs protrude through. The bulk of their aggression thus far, though, is more on the short side of connector. So it doesn't even seem like FaZe are that interested in taking long, but Fnatic pretty aggressive themselves with these pistols.
And now they haven't felt any pressure whatsoever at the A bomb, so we saw how far they were pushed up. They're just going to vacate. They're going to take the gamble. Oh, and this is going to be one hell of a fight. All the utility that comes out from FaZe, even though there's going to be 5 players here for Fnatic, the utility is the great equalizer, and here it comes.
Flashbang going to be connecting in the eyes. It's going to force them to evacuate back to the site. Karrigan with 2, Nico with 1. Crim's last player left. He was the one with the assault rifle, but it makes absolutely no difference.
Well, they didn't put up as much of a battle as I thought when we were leading into that. All 5 players there. Fnatic had all the info and a great read. Not able to make a stand there with 5 players at the B bomb site. Karrigan with a couple nice kills to get in. And even damage and assist on the Golden as they make their way forward. So great job from the in-game leader of FaZe. And now it's back onto all pistols for Fnatic. They've got absolutely nothing.
Just P250s. It's about $600 of investment, and that's it. FaZe, meanwhile, they are swimming in money. And you have to expect that a few of them are going to have even more after this, especially as Rain, Mac 10 in hand, showing no chill, going to spray JW out the map. And you have to feel like this next rifle round, Jason, is super important to Fnatic if they want to try and stabilize in this half, because this could start to get out of control.
Absolutely, it's going to start getting there for sure, especially because FaZe hasn't taken too many losses, and with all this bonus money as well building up now, like they're going to have a great bank rolling in their favor. Rain's going to lead the way through bathrooms, try and clear that out. Flush has only got a USP. Rain's going to get that kill. They're even just letting him have it, just farming up the ecos. Coming from behind, there's Guardian, and he also knows the last one is going for the no-scope, going for the style points. And Rain is on the way. They've called in the cavalry, but Nico's going to grab him from behind. So 5-3 now. And Fnatic still hasn't had a great buy. And you're right, this round is so important. And again, it's going to be struggling. It's going to be beat up in a couple different senses. I don't know if they'll even have any kits. If they want more utility, they have to drop away from the M4s. But yeah, they don't have the nades to last fully through the round. So still Fnatic hasn't been able to put together a great purchase.
Again, no AWP. I don't think we've seen Fnatic with a single AWP so far this match. Well, this map, I should say. And JW, early door is tagged down. It's going to be aggression shown. JW going to try and impose his will onto Olofmeister, who is just going to bide his time. There's no reason to peek out just yet. Going to smoke off one angle and watch the other. Which would be to see action on Crims if he decides to push.
I think Fnatic had to call back that aggression. I think they're getting the information that there's a lot of pressure on the B bomb site. FaZe has taken a great angle early on, and it's Guardian with the AWP and Golden not expecting it whatsoever. Pop Flash did come in, but obviously ineffective. Crims is there. There goes one kill. Kerrigan for the trade, but he doesn't want to commit to it. He has the bomb. So for now, Crims holds the line, and that allows 3 players. Flusha has now rotated over towards B as well. So Crims' position allowing for a stack here, and that's where FaZe wants to commit.
FaZe may feel pressured to push in soon as well because they don't know if Crims is right around the back of them at this stage. And it will be Lacro to get the first. He gets traded out. JW's the next to fall. How many times we've seen FaZe behind a player and still win the round? Flusha trying to hold on to his spray, will transition across, but can't see a second player just yet. Now he spots Rain, who will also be dispatched off. Final player will be Kerrigan, who's picked up a 2K, but he's down to 28 health. He does have time to rotate to A if he so chooses, and that seems to be the play.
Oh, deja vu. We've seen this before. We saw it in Pistol Round. That was Olaf versus Flusha. This is Kerrigan versus Crims, and he's going to get the bomb planted. Pretty much the same exact position as well. We'll see who can handle it. Crims with no kit, but Kerrigan with no HP. And now Kerrigan should have an idea where Crims is coming from since he's cleared out this point of rotation.
Kerrigan's played this pretty much to perfection thus far. Crims still on the side, but Kerrigan's so close to finding his man. With every second that passes, Kerrigan has more and more chance at clutching. And Crims may not even have enough time at this stage. He's going to play aggressively, lands the frag, but he knows he doesn't have the round. Kerrigan's done enough.
Just enough. And even dies to the bomb. Insult to injury, and Kerrigan doing his hype up the crowd moment with that big clutch. So FaZe adds another one. And you have to say, again, it goes back to the money that Fnatic has been able to have, or hasn't been able to have would be the better way to put it, because that round only 1 kit. It was actually, I believe it fell in somewhere at the B bomb site, so he might have run by it at some point, but not able to pick it up. That's just so difficult when you don't have all the equipment needed to win the round. Flusha doing his best, but with only 3 bullets left, wasn't able to complete that final kill. And now you got to be very scared if you're a Fnatic fan.
Oh yeah, out of their 3 rounds, 2 of them off the back of the pistol. So since then, it's been one-way traffic. We've been here before with just pistols for the CTs. And with Rain on map 10, is he going to get another 3K? He's going to be pushing by himself on connector. There is a player behind him, but he's taking point. Olaf Meister will be watching his 6. Now a 3rd player will join them in the form of Kerrigan. Rain should be favourite to pick up a couple kills. There's the first. May not expect the double stack, but now that Flush has given his position away, he's not long for this world. And FaZe again having a solid anti-eco round.
But more ground has been taken by Fnatic towards Playground. I mean, Crims is pushed up, so Olaf is watching for this. There's been so much pressure here that I think Olaf is just going to be aware that it's always a possibility. Nothing has really come from the pressure as well, which is a bit unfortunate for Fnatic. And now Kerrigan getting peppered from behind with pistol bullets. Calls out that the flank is on. Guardian checks for Crims, and he sees him. Now Guardian has the bomb, so he doesn't want to move forward, so instead he just takes the head off Crims. That'll solve all his problems. And it's easy wipeout from there.
But we do have not just 1 AWP, but 2 of them coming up for Fnatic. This is where they did their only work on Mirage side, kind of depressing on the CT. When they had double AWPs, they made it work. They already have got 3. Can they add to that tally? This is by far the best they've had in terms of utility as well, and kits. If they're going to stop this landslide, it has to happen right now.
Yeah, this is the best chance they've had, isn't it? 1 off is at long A. That's JW supporting Crims. And there's the other one ringing true at the B bomb site. Guardian falls. Perhaps not expecting that peek, and actually Flush, unfortunate, gets a dink through the smoke onto Rain, which makes him passive. But look at Kerrigan's position. Ooh, this is quite cool. How does Kerrigan want to play this? He could wrap around and find this kill onto JW. And if he gets that kill, likely he'll say, you know what, an AWPer in that position might also mean that there's someone long, but he just actually holds his nerve. He's going to go for the big flank because the B players aren't going to have any idea this is coming. This is now such a dangerous scenario.
I think Flush knows it though. Judging from his crosshair placement, I think he knows someone just went down bank.
If Flusha reads this, it'd be too much. I might have to just close the game, and he's got it! What a genius. Kerrigan was just a step away from winning this round for his team.
Kerrigan mega tilted after that, but the rest of his team could still dig him out of a ditch or not. Lacro is going to put the AWP to use, and Rain awkwardly burns to a crisp from the Molotov. Olofmeister tries his best, but it is going to be a clear-cut round for Fnatic, which is just what the Doctor ordered. They desperately needed to start to build some kind of economy, some kind of momentum in their way.
I hope someone finds, like, Flusha's POV. Did he spot him coming down? Because I don't think Kerrigan made a footstep. That's insane that he was able to figure that out, Flusha. He saves the round for his team, and as we said, it was such a big round. Look at the difference now, because they only lost, what, one? No, they didn't lose anyone in that previous round. The money is now quite nice. They have all the utility. They have 4 kits this time. We've seen that come back to bite them. They can do whatever play they want, and they just go back to this aggression from Crimson. He's actually running the whole way. Not sure Olofmeister heard that. Guardian's going to peek around the corner. He's taken out. Crim's down to 19 HP. Someone needs to trade this. You can't let Crims get away for free, but they're being cautious about it. Olof's going to turn this corner any second now, and there goes, maybe not.
Nah, mate, don't knife him. You just cost your teammate his life. Okay, fair enough. He got 2 frags.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to knife him. I think he wanted to let him fall back so he could maybe get a second kill out of it as well. But yeah, you see the result. Crims was able to get a stellar headshot onto onto Kerrigan, excuse me. So too much trigger discipline there for Olof, and it's a 2-on-3 scenario. Rain and Nico. We've seen FaZe turn the tides no matter what the disadvantage has been multiple times, so Fnatic still can't be feeling comfortable.
Even though Fnatic did get the clean sweep last round, if they were to lose more weapons from here, even winning, it would still cost them. FaZe have a pretty solid economy, obviously, after a lot of rounds back-to-back. But just over 30 seconds to play with. JW just hopping up and down on the APC, gives him more vision down short side. And now he has spotted Nico, so he's going to get some support coming up around the back. JW's going to miss that shot, going to smoke off one angle and peek through it. Just JW things, of course, but now Rain was trying to come up and prove himself the hero. JW gets a second kill, and Fnatic get a 5th round.
5-7, going on a bit of a run here is Fnatic. Still a lot of money in the FaZe camp, so we're going to see them buy up a lot of AK-47s again. And AWP will be out one more time on Guardian as well, dropped over thanks to Olof. And they have full nades, same with the Fnatic side of things. Still that double AWP setup. Fnatic, as rough as this half has looked at times, can still come out with the lead going into the second half. And this time, Kerrigan and Olofmeister being a bit more aggressive towards that playground. They want to get out. They want to make sure these pushes aren't going to do too much damage. Last round, it really, really hurt them. So making sure no one's pushing out towards long, making sure no one's pushing out towards Fountain as well.
They'll be heading over on the B side. This is an angle, if the set play goes down, that could neutralize the double AWPs and allow FaZe to get onto the site and up close, which is typically where their weaponry should reign supreme. Ooh, that's a lot of damage though. Flush has actually connected the headshot on Rain. Just ruthless, pure timing.
That might be the most casual spam I've seen in some times, just tapping away, connecting onto the head multiple times. Smokes out from Kerrigan, still spam coming through. Kerrigan's brought down to 40 HP. Accidentally, Fnatic put out their own Molotov.
Here come the smokes as well, Jason. This is where the AWPs could struggle, but Lacro's still going to connect. Guardian will answer back onto Golden. Now is looking for more. Heaven has been cordoned off, but Flusha, not sure if that was through smoke or not, but it doesn't matter. Kerrigan's down. Guardian now has 25 seconds to try and turn it back around in their favor, but he will miss out as Flusha lands the headshot. So this is a good comeback by Fnatic.
Flusha just got to be one of the cheekiest players we have. He's got to be so annoying to play against some of the kills that he's able to find. First that spam, and then obviously the follow-up spam on a Kerrigan to do damage, but then just when that hit eventually does come in, he just hops up on the sandbags there on the ground and just find a small angle where a gap appears in that smoke. Just enough for him to find a second kill. Fnatic done a great job. This double AWP setup that they've switched into has been the recipe because FaZe still haven't figured out how to beat it. It's been 3 straight rounds for them finally, after such a long drought, responding to a 5-0 run by FaZe, and finally the FaZe side is out of money. If this gets evened out here, if this gets put on to 7-7, Fnatic's have a great opportunity to actually end this half with the lead at 8-7.
Yeah, the last 3 rounds have yielded no bomb plants and only 3 kills for FaZe. So that's one of the reasons why they are struggling a little bit in terms of money now. Bomb plant would have gone a long way. Golden's going to come through with an MP7 and decides to play a bit more aggressively. Going to smoke out the short tunnels just to make sure that angle is alleviated for the time being. Crim's in connector, needs to start to pull back. He knows he's all by himself, doesn't want to give that life away for free.
Well, Olaf is going to challenge quicker, already coming down the stairs, going to smoke off that main entrance. I would say you questioned whether that long break between maps might affect one of these two teams. I don't know if it necessarily has, but this has seemed like a less aggressive FaZe than what we saw in Mirage. Maybe it could just easily be a game plan thing, but maybe something to talk to them about. That smoke's going to fade right now. Kerrigan's watching for this, but Crims isn't ready for it, so that's a good kill by Kerrigan with the UMP, and now he can upgrade over to the M4 as well.
There can easily salvage that weapon. Procure it from the corpse. In the meanwhile, Lecro is going to be throwing out a defensive smoke just on the off chance that FaZe start to push through with their superior numbers. See how many smokes are currently up on the map.
That's insanity. It's denying a lot of information as well. And look at the rotation. Fnatic bring a 3rd player over towards A, so that's why they're choosing to get aggressive. They know they have to go find the information or else they just lose, and Flusha mistimes the Molotov. Meanwhile, the B hit is on. All Fnatic players are at the A bomb site, so B is clear. Golden just getting back now, but he's got to be careful of how he approaches this.
MP7 certainly not ideal at this kind of a range. AK's M4 and the AWP should be more than enough to deal with him. JW very close to landing the frag, and Lecro will finish off what he started. Olafmeister in such a good position. And he's also up on the ledge, which is really going to mess with the crosshair placement. Nico of the last 2. And FaZe Clan will return the favor. It's now Fnatic's turn to go for the rebuy.
Yeah, Fnatic have been clawing back into it. That's tough, though. Nicely done from FaZe. That was perfectly executed. First, the pick off onto Crims, and then just the fake. They were already deciding to go towards the B bomb site. It was going to be a straight-up fake, but the aggression from Fnatic played right into their hands. When Flusha mistimes the Molotov and gets picked off by Rain, the B bomb site is just wide open. Some tactics coming out from FaZe, and a timeout coming out from, I believe that was Fnatic.
Yes.
As they want that last round. They still are going to have a double op setup, so they still have that defense that netted them the past 3 rounds in a row, or previous 3 rounds in a row. On Mirage, it was Nico having himself a game. Here on Overpass, Olafmeister is 15-6, Rain is 12-11. For Fnatic, it's Lecro leading the way at 14 and Flusha with 13.
A rough day at the office as well for Golden, who has predominantly been around the B site. But ultimately, Fnatic could very well bring us back to 8-7, which is a hell of a lot better than it was looking at one stage. I believe they were 6-3 behind.
Lecro really wanted to get aggressive there with that AWP. When he turned the corner and saw the smoke down, he gave it up. And he misses the shot on Nico, an awkward angle, and he wasn't ready for this speed, but Crims does find him, immediately traded off by Rain. Crims seems to be the first point of contact for the aggression here for Fnatic all throughout this half.
Yeah, we've seen him play aggressive in multiple angles. Connector also where Olafmeister currently is around balloons. He's always been that first man in. And Overpass is one of those maps. One of the reasons I love watching it so much is it allows the CTs to play aggressive. It allows them to try and dictate the pace of the action. Olafmeister, though, on the brink of finding JW. Lap timing, though, just looks down as Olafmeister goes for the peak.
Olaf's got to just be wondering, maybe he's not because they've been teammates for so long, but why JW's crosshairs seem to be right at that choke point at the correct moment. You've seen it time and time again out of JW over the years, and Guardian almost equalizes onto Golden. You mentioned he's had a rough game. That would have surely been a frustrating way to go down in this round. All 3 players from FaZe are here. It's got to be a hit onto the B bomb site. It's all they have left. No map control anywhere else.
2 mollies and 2 smokes left on the belt. Lecro spinning across to Guardian is going to be looking for the last kill to Kerrigan. And will connect. The AWP's doing so much work once again. And Fnatic, considering it was 7-3 to FaZe, that's a decent comeback.
That is not a bad comeback at all from Fnatic. They've given themselves a chance. They're going to switch sides. We're going to go to a halftime break. When we return, we'll see if Fnatic can capitalize on that opportunity they've given themselves. So stay tuned. It's do or die time for Fnatic. This is a win or go home moment. It was 7-8 at halftime. They had a monumental comeback. It looked like FaZe was just going to run away with this one, but they managed to stop that momentum and get some rounds of their own. But now onto the offense. They've got to have a lot of success here. They've got to beat up FaZe, and we mentioned this defense is formidable. Not a whole lot of gaps, weaknesses that you can attack.
And Guardian is going to be up close with Rain. Two astounding pistol players. Rain's going to take down two and a third as well, and he may not be done just yet. The bomb's also dropped out. The hero of the round will fall, but surely he will be avenged. Lekro does have 100% of his health remaining and does have control of the bomb. That's pretty much as best as you could hope for in this kind of a situation, but I mean, he's just encircled. CT's everywhere.
He's got absolutely nowhere to go. Oh, you've got to feel bad for the guy. Gonna try and take a fight up towards Fountain. Kerrigan's waiting right behind it. Easy kill with the CZ. Rain just giving us an example of what Fnatic's in store for the rest of this half. If you want to go B, it's Nico and Olaf. If you want to go towards A, it's Rain and Guardian. Like, there's not that I mean, that third shot, that third kill, even the second one when he only has 18 HP behind the rock. I mean, he puts himself in a great position. Basically a headshot angle, but still, I mean, just perfect shots to come out from Rain there.
Fnatic did look far better on their T side of Mirage than they did CT, but of course Overpass a whole different ball game altogether. Just trying to look at the optimistic side here, Jason, because I want a close game.
Well, we'll see what they can do on this second round now. They have invested quite a bit. The tough part is they only have that one smoke on Golden, so you're hoping either Lekro gets a pick with that Deagle, or you can punish this push, and it's a combination of both. It's Lekro with the Deagle, and it's Nico pushing. Olaf does trade that back immediately, spraying through smoke. Lekro walking into the bullets. But now Fnatic can begin their march towards the A bomb site.
And it's smart of Olafmeister to preemptively spray through the smoke, because he must know Lekro was trying to get his hands on the weapon. So Olaf is going to bring it back to equality. Of course, that's going to give FaZe in this circumstance the advantage, considering their firepower. Guardian does need to err on the side of caution, though, because he is going to get wrapped from long. And here is Rain once more. Bomb has been dropped out. They have to try and recover with reinforcements. Fnatic pushing one by one. Guardian falls next, but here comes Kerrigan. Spoiled for choice. Flusher with his second consecutive CZ kill. Olofmeister has to come up clutch once again.
Oh, FaZe mismanaged a lot of those peaks. And Olof. This is a tough position to be in. No kit. He's going to try and find one on the ground. I think one of his teammates did have one, which is probably what's being called out. He's got to figure out where it is, but not necessarily having time for this. Has to go search them down as well. Taps the bomb. That's going to force Fnatic out to the open. There's the first kill. Taps the bomb again, and he's just going to hold it, and JW's got the peak. Mistakes made by FaZe there, and they get punished for it. Not able to contain that hit from Fnatic. The CZs were able to swarm on each of the individual players inside that A-bomb site.
Yeah, FaZe should be buying straight back into this, as so many CT sides will. And again, we discussed this in the pistol. It's not going to get any easier for Fnatic. I mean, FaZe are ridiculously strong when it comes to Deagles, when it comes to CZs.
That's just a warning shot from Ray, and he's going to rotate back as well. He was one of the players the desk brought up as being phenomenal with the Deagle, the other one obviously being Nico. Flash out towards long, Rain hides for just a second, goes for the shot, takes a couple, doesn't have it, and he falls back. There goes Nico. Flusha doing a very good job. He gets both kills. And Rain's still trying to do work with his Deagle, but he has no idea how close JW is. JW is just biding his time.
Yeah, JW is counting those bullets. He's like, he's fired 5, he's got 2 left, and then I'll try and push him. But now, because the second player has shown himself, he's not quite as sure anymore. Karrigan using an angle you wouldn't necessarily anticipate if he pushed out the door of connector. So I like what FaZe are going for. It's just a case of, again, this is where the superior weapons should start to shine for Fnatic. They should be able to just choke this out.
It really should, especially, I mean, this is great play from JW, how patient he was rewarded there. Karrigan still, even if Crim's opened this, he's the only one here, and he's not going to get a gun that can really turn the tides of this round. And he doesn't get the kill anyway. So B-bomb site is open. They know where Guardian is also. He's going to try and take this fight with JW. He's going to lose it. All 5 players alive for Fnatic as they even up the score.
Solid. Just keep it going as far as they're concerned. Replenish those nades, come back in again. Good hold by Flusha, even though he got tagged down to 14. And just a flashbang. So that could be an indication of some kind of a stack aggressive play, flashing in, seeing if they can get the work done with USPs, the P2000. And it is going to be all over on the A side.
Yeah, this is cool though. They're going to wait till they get to just past the tree mark. If you pop flashes while they're at the tree, that's plenty of cover for Fnatic to hide behind, to maybe make that this kind of a play more difficult. The question is, will Fnatic come there? I mean, if JW or Golden jumps into bathrooms and turns that corner and spots everything, the game is up. And even Rain is now pushing. I think he's going to flash over from the reverse side for top of stairwell. There it is, and no one's there, and that flashbang gives away the play that they're doing. JW just starts pre-firing. Golden's gotten 3, 4, and 5.
Pad those stats.
Yeah, give it over to Golden. To put that in some kind of context, that's an ace. That's all 5 kills for Golden. He's got 6 total in the game so far.
Well, maybe that's the confidence boost. Maybe that's the inspiration he needed. FaZe will be straight back in with an AWP in the hands of Guardian. Gets flashed. That means his time spent in the balloons is over. Especially when he doesn't have Kevlar. Just a couple nades fired his way will end his life. Wolfmeister trying to return the favor from what Flusha did against FaZe.
Here comes a late boost. This can be such a difficult angle to deal with for a player coming out door, but Lekwar's already out there. Underhands the nade, doesn't do any damage. And just all quiet across the map. It's very passive from both teams.
Eerily silent, just the noise of bouncing nades and Rain spraying fools down. Golden and Crims didn't know what hitting. From the shadows, Rain will strike.
I think Rain's teaching Crims a lesson on how to play that spot. Crims was there so frequently and wasn't able to have a whole lot of success with it. Rain finds the perfect timing. Again, the sound cue, the pop flash from their teammates as they came up those stairs. Just a blind and Alper watching that kind of gave away the game for Rain, and the smoke wasn't in place quite yet to cover them from that peak.
time dwindling. 25 seconds left. And Fnatic now forced into a desperation push, which we'll see Overpas get one, but Flash pretty much going to end his life. Karrigan, although he concedes Nico's life, is still able to stabilize and get FaZe across to their double digits.
And those are the small mistakes that you can't make if you're going to beat a team like FaZe. You know, that half second between like when the smoke actually plumes and when they do the pop flash to come up those stairs, because if that smoke is in place, Rain can't find the angle. He can't find, you know, the spray as they line up. It's much more difficult for him at the very least. So that smoke not being in place kind of really ruined that round once the flashbang goes off. And now look at the confidence he's gotten. Pushing up. He wanted to get more aggressive, but I think he felt like maybe the timing wasn't there. It's just JW. 3 players going to come up the stairs. We'll see if that flashbang comes out again. It's missed.
Pretty awkwardly too, because now they may have to expend another one. Guardian can quickly just nip around this wall if he sees a flash coming out and still be in position to land kills. Rain now deciding that aggression should alleviate some pressure onto Guardian, who has been flashed, and now that's going to leave Rain very much by himself, although not for long. JW will capitalize. Guardian's able to scamper back to the site and is joined by some of his teammates.
That smoke is awkward, though. It allows Fnatic to get close up. It allows them to be more aggressive and find some position, find a leg to stand on close to that A bomb site without any danger to it. So Guardian's kind of pinned down in the site. You can see he wants to be able to consider long, but he's got to stay honest. Karrigan's here as well. He's going to flash himself forward. He wants to clear that exact position. He gets the kill. That's golden and the bomb. He goes for more, not able to do it. They've done some damage as progress is made towards the site. And Guardian's going to go passive. He's got another teammate. He's got 2 more teammates here. 25 seconds left in the round.
The Guardian of A site will strike and deliver onto JW. He's going to get mollied out of position, not far off on that flick. That Crow can count himself lucky, but luck may not be good enough. Crims with 2. He's been silent so far, but maybe this is his moment. He's got enough time to plant. No idea where Nico is. But now maybe hearing the footsteps as Nico comes into position, and Crims is unable to get the 1v3 clutch. Big moment for FaZe.
A couple stunning kills from Crims there. You almost feel bad for him. Almost wanted to see him with more time to adjust. Nico shooting the body as well.
Down.
Letting him know. And you can see Nico is just hustling to get back into that retake because he knows with his timing, by the time he gets there, he's got Crims still pinned down into the bomb site.
You can see Karrigan there really trying to amp up the crowd.
I think he did his job. I think the crowd was loving it as FaZe take a lead 11-10. Getting loud for the last remaining Dane inside of the tournament.
And he's got himself to P90. So could be about to see 50 bullets of doom and misery inflicted across the Fnatic. Kick him while they're down. Aggressive A-long take for the time being, and it will see Rain in the bathrooms. In position. Flashbang gonna go in, but Rain's gonna land 2 headshots. When it rains, it pours on the side of Fnatic, and Rain still has 86 health. It's very possible he could just hold this position and be the one-man army of bathrooms.
Lekr is trying to do some job of distracting. He's not going to do a very good one. Rain dispatches him, and there's one more. Golden, and he's almost afraid to take this fight. And Guardian's going to peek around the corner. There's the bullets. There's Rain, swings out. He's got 4. Basically a one-man army. He's been one of the best players in the world for the past few months. And single-handedly holding bathrooms and then getting denied for some time by Guardian on the fist bump. But 12-10 now, and Fnatic take another pause.
What would even be going through your mind at this stage? Because as you said, and as the desk said, there are no weaknesses, there are no vulnerabilities on this CT side. Wherever you go, you've got monsters.
Karrigan wanting this timeout to be as uncomfortable as possible for the Fnatic side of things. But yeah, that's, I mean, I guess the only thing you have really left to do that we haven't seen a whole lot of is maybe guys, we should try the B-bomb site. Let's go away from Rain. He seems to have the hot hand. He's at 24 and 17. And I have to feel like most of that is from this second half. We've had so many like double kill and triple kill rounds, it feels, that he's just shot up the scoreboard.
And it all started in the pistol on the CT side where he picked up 3 on long by himself, no support at all. It is going to be Fnatic taking connector control, just rushing in, but it's going to be through a Molotov, so they're burning as a barbecue of Swedes.
So you got to admire the fact that they want to run this strat so badly they're willing to run through the Molotov, but JW, Lekro, and Crims all at 50 or below. And now they're basically out of utility, and they've gained nothing. FaZe was able to rotate in time and do so much damage that Fnatic didn't want to put any more aggression out onto the table.
One thing that may be in the back of FaZe's mind, though, is in a similar sort of buy to this, Fnatic actually punished them on the site, just rushed onto A. So this time more passive, making sure they have the angles covered. They did lose a player in bathrooms on that occasion, so you can see just how much deeper they're playing this time around. Only one smoke as well to execute off of Fnatic. This is looking pretty desperate.
And FaZe had rotated Kerrigan over early in the round when they felt all that pressure, and he hasn't left. So this is a read. Nico and Olaf, you can see because of that, they're playing so passive that if they get under too much fire, if they feel too much, if Fnatic comes their way, they can just play outside the bomb site, but it's not going that way. Kerrigan hiding for the moment, a missed shot from Guardian that's going to get him closer. There's Kerrigan peeking out, they now know his position. Going for more, swinging out just a bit wider, finally taken down from long. But Rain is here with a double kill, and it's just down to Flusha.
It was looking a little bit sketchy for a moment when Guardian missed a couple of shots and Kerrigan wasn't able to get a second, but of course that man once again, ice cold, able to get another 2. 13-10 Fnatic. Of course losing that first map, they are on the brink of being knocked out and FaZe going across to the finals.
Look at this from Guardian. He's switching things up. Doesn't want to be passive any longer. He can smell the victory, and he's going to push down to the bottom of stairs. Waiting for the peak, and even Rain being aggressive to allow him the space to do this. The Guardian's just going to fall back. Didn't find the timing he wanted, so he gives it up.
Fnatic this time passive. Just in connector and outside. Bomb dropped towards T-spawn. Flusher right next to it. Most aggressive player is Lekro, who's already made inroads towards short. He's just watching. He's been in this position a couple of times already.
Hasn't felt like Fnatic's really wanted to go towards the same bomb site a whole lot, though. They've had a lot of rounds towards bathroom. At least the bomb has dropped out this way. Lekro's got a good position to allow them to come here if they choose to, because it gains map control and information. But at a certain point, I feel like FaZe gonna make some kind of an aggressive play to figure it out. It's gonna be 4 players towards the B bomb site now for Fnatic, so B does look like their endgame.
Especially with 35 seconds. Of course, Overpass with connector does afford you a quick rotation. But I feel like they need to get a pick in bathrooms if that were to be the case from JW. And seeing as he's gone down, it's now guaranteed to be a B hit. Golden is going to get the entry, but he goes down to Nico, gets a double. That could be the round securing double kill there from Nico. Kerrigan, Guardian, both going to try and hold on to the site, and they will be successful. 14 rounds now, just 2 shy of the win.
And that's why we say this map is so tough to play FaZe on, just because Nico and Olaf get those 3 kills and deal massive damage onto a 4th. And Kerrigan, the rotation between each of the bomb site, he knows his only job there, once those kills come out, is just to stay in water and just hold that portion of the bomb site so the retake can happen. If he loses that, then it can become scary. But because he still holds it, it allows his teammates who rotate over, someone like Rain, someone like Guardian, gives those guys such better angles and safer angles to peek into the bomb site from. Another timeout for Fnatic, down 10-14. Not too far now from elimination. It's going into the last stretch of this second map of this series. They are going to invest. They have the full losing bonus, so it's not a full outright force buy, but a half buy. CZs, they have plenty of utility. They can do a lot of different things with this, but they have to get close enough for those CZs to work.
Yeah, certainly. This is kind of the definition of a half buy. It allows you to have a bit of power in this round, but have plenty left in the tank for the next one. Lekro goes down, but does headshot Olofmeister, so he can't afford to peek too many more times. 20 health left. But Rain now decides he's going to play aggressive. All the information going across to FaZe Clan, and with the nades flying in, they're going to have a stack on the B side. Nico moving into position. Carrigan's going to miss the spray, but Nico stands up. He can only get one. Carrigan from the side now going to spray down 2 players, and FaZe repel the push. Fnatic need 5 in a row.
Five in a row, that's what they need, and they haven't gotten any in the past 6. So this has been dominant from FaZe. This has been such a good stretch for them. And there's been a couple timeouts thrown out there by Fnatic as well to try and figure these things out, figure out what they can possibly do to break this defense, and it just hasn't happened. It's spearheaded by Rain, continuing to have such a good game. Now the op is the one that gets aggressive, takes a blind shot and misses, but Kerrigan with the double op setup catches Flusha off guard towards B. And again, it's just Lekro over here, but Olaf and Kerrigan together, they want to win this game, and they want to close it out right now. Olaf going to push all the way through T-spawn.
Last round was Rain pushing past Fountain. This time Olofmeister's getting information. Kerrigan just going to hold this angle. Because Olofmeister's gone up Monster already, he doesn't have to worry about his left-hand side. He knows he can just fully focus on the connector.
And he just started salivating with that bomb on the ground. That just makes his life so much easier. He knows at some point someone's going to have to come back for it. Oh, Fnatic. That might have been the last mistake for them.
Yeah, from here on out, it should be smooth sailing. Kerrigan onto Lekro. Finally decides to move from his position, from his perch. And he will be butchered. Rain down to 6. It's a whiff flash from Guardian. Golden comes in for a kill. Can he somehow salvage this round? Salvage this map? No, is the answer, and Guardian will put the last nail in the coffin. FaZe go through to the finals.
It's a 2-0. Fnatic could never handle Rain, who had a stellar series, and all the aggression they brought out on the CT side of Overpas. We knew it was going to be tough. Indeed, FaZe do make it to the Grand Finals, your first Grand Finalist of ESL Pro League here in Odense. Phenomenal game from Rain, 27-17, 22 kills for Kerrigan, who had a good game as the end-game leader, 21 for Olofmeister against his former teammate, and he knocks them out of the event here.